Welcome to Springfield Township Board of Trustees meeting. It is December the 8th, 2020 at approximately 5:30 p.m. Mr. Burning, may we please have the roll call?
Yes, Ms. Davis?
Present.
Mr. Burning?
Present.
Mr. Honolo?
Present.
All the trustees are present.
And next, if everyone would stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first thing we have on our agenda this evening is our financial report from Mr. Burning, our fiscal officer. Do we have a report?
Yes, we do, Mr. Honolo. For the month ending November 30th, 2020, the township expenditures were $5,060,908.80, and the receipts were $3,121,146.81. The ending cash balance of $22,067,446.77 includes obligations for expenditures, payroll, regular operating costs, ongoing capital improvement projects, and investments. What I need from the board is a request for a motion to approve the receipts, warrants, payroll expenditures, updated and current revenue reports for the period ending November 30th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And I do want everyone to know that financial reports are available at the township office during regular business hours or on our website 24/7. Thank you, Mr. Honolo.
Thank you, Mr. Burning. Next, moving on to departmental action and discussion items. Mr. Gilbert, do we have the township administrator's report?
We do. Thank you, Mr. Hunterlaw. I do have a few action items this evening. The first is, as the board is aware, we were made aware of a grant possibility through Hamilton County for coronavirus-related equipment that can be purchased here at the township. And as the board is aware, we already had budgeted for in 2021 to purchase roughly $300,000 worth of self-contained breathing apparatus, which is the equipment that our firefighters use when they go into a burning building in order for them to breathe while they're in there. The current equipment that we have has reached its useful life. It has been put to the test not only throughout the years regarding fire responses, but most recently, we've used it quite extensively in our response to the pandemic and going to transport and treat COVID-19 positive patients. With that being said, we were made aware of a possibility of getting a grant to purchase this equipment and therefore saving local taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars in next year's budget through the fire department. Through the extremely good work and fast work of Chief Leininger, in particular Laura Abrams, our law director, and Kathleen Kennedy, and without a doubt Kim Cox, our finance director, and putting the funds in place in order to do this. You wouldn't believe the amount of financial gymnastics and accounting gymnastics you have to do in order to comply with the federal government, not to mention the COVID grant process through the county, and then to put together, bid specs and get it out to bid within probably 48 hours like we did once we were made aware of this grant, because there's a time limit on when you could do it. They've just done a phenomenal job of getting us in this place where we can save this money and get this grant. So that is sort of a prelude to what I was going to say, which is an action item tonight, which is to actually award the bid. We did the bid opening yesterday. Dan was here for this SCBA equipment, and we received 2 bids. And the fact that we were able to award the bid tonight is a testament to all the hard work that they put in place in order to get us here. It's going to allow us to get this grant, which we had to get reimbursed for by the end of the year. So just kudos to them. I thought this was a perfect opportunity to express my appreciation and gratitude for all the work that they did to get us to this point. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Chief real quick to kind of give us his recommendation as to what we're going to be requesting and who to award the bid to.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. Yes, sir. As we mentioned, we did have a bid opening yesterday, And we had Vogelpool Fire Equipment and 911 Fleet and Fire Equipment. They both submitted written bids, proposals for the purchase of our SCBA's. Both companies submitted an intent to bid document as well as a bond, which is a requirement of the bid process. Actually, I was pleasantly surprised. The difference between the bids was $3,680, so it was very close. What I recommend this evening is obviously subject to legal review of the documents, as I recommend that we select 911 Fleet and Fire Equipment to purchase 40 X3 Pro self-contained breathing apparatus manufactured by Scott. That also includes 80 self-contained breathing apparatus bottles and 100 face pieces for a total of $313,680. And that obviously is subject to review by our legal. And that is my recommendation this evening, sir.
Thank you. So with that being said, unless there's any discussion, that's the request for.
Well, I would just like to say, Chief, on behalf of the board, I've heard in some of my discussions with Mr. Gilbert what all you had to go through. Everyone here at the township, I think you were working with Kim Cox and
Yes.
Laura in particular.
And Laura in particular to jump through all the hoops and great job getting this done so quickly. And otherwise, we would have lost the opportunity, and we just saved $313,000 for the citizens of the township. So thanks for going above and beyond to get it done.
Thank you for the accolades, Mr. Hunterlaw. Believe me, I'm humbled. But as Mr. Gilbert said, it's a team effort. Everybody pitches in, Laura and our finance director and everybody else, so it's a team effort. So collectively, we were able to get this bid proposal together. Even Kim Flam was able to put it on our website, which was maybe a new way for us to advertise, but we all came together. We made this happen, and I'm excited about the ability to purchase this equipment. And most importantly is the equipment that we're using now is to a point where it needs to be replaced. So I'm very excited that we're able to do it. Thank you.
Laura, thank you for all your timely assistance on this.
You're welcome.
As always.
I just want to highlight for the board as well, we are choosing the higher bidder here, and I know the board's aware and can see the documents, but there are several instances where the higher bidder complied with the bid specs, higher bidder did not comply with the bid specs as drafted, and the lower bidder did. No, the other way around.
The other way around.
The other way around.
Now I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
Yes,
Other way
I'm
around.
sorry, it's been a long day. The higher bidder is the one who complied, and the lower bidder did not, and that's one of the reasons. There's some differences in the face mask, the amplification, elements to this particular device, which are really important. So that's why, and there is not that much difference here, as the chief indicated, it's in the $3,000 range. So those differences outweigh the savings we could get by going by the low bidder. This also is a brand that's Scott equipment, am I right, Chief?
Yes, 3M
That-
Scott Safety, yes.
That we are familiar with.
Well-known brand, yeah.
And we have technicians who understand these. So all in all, what we agree to do when we send bids out, and we're very clear to the vendors, we go for the lowest and best bid.
Yeah.
We're not required to go for the lowest bid just per se. So I'm comfortable, and as I said, we're going to look through the documents very detailed, but at this point I'm comfortable in that even though they are a higher bidder, that this is the best product for the township and is more compliant with the bid specs that we set out.
Thank you, Laura, and I'm in agreement. Thank you.
And there's only 1% difference between the two, so yeah. With that then, do we need a motion? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And subsequent to that, if you could also entertain a motion to authorize the administrator to execute an agreement with 911 Fleet and Fire Equipment.
So moved.
Seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, we have the 2020 and through 2021 school year agreement for a school resource officer with Finneytown Local School District. Chief, I don't know if you have any comments regarding this or any nuances to it, given the school closures and things that are different than in years past.
Just a few. This year's agreement is clearly outside of what we're normally doing. School's been in, it's been out. We had the superintendent and I put quite a few minutes in trying to figure out exactly how many days and payments and everything with that. But we came up with an agreement that we feel is beneficial to both the Finneytown School District as well as the police department.
So I would just ask for a motion to authorize the administrator to execute the agreement with Finneytown Local School District for a school resource officer for the school year 2020 to 21.
So moved.
Seconded?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thanks, Chief, appreciate it. Last on the action item agenda, as the board is aware, at the beginning of every year, we set our regular meetings and our regular work sessions. At the beginning of this year, we set our work session for December 22nd, and then subsequent to that would immediately go into our 2021 organizational meeting. Because of where that date falls and where we are and some of the things that we have to do in order to close out 2020 and move into 21, it's always better for us administratively and our finance office to push that date as far back in December as we can. Therefore, I'm requesting and asking if we could reschedule our regular work session and organizational meeting for 21 from the original December 22nd date to either the December 28th or 29th. Whichever the board prefers, I would be okay with. If that's amenable to you, that would be better for us administratively to push it back a week.
I am fine with either the 28th or the 29th.
No, 8 a.m. meeting? 8 a.m.?
What were the time are we proposing?
Well, generally, they're at 8 in the morning, so we can do it at any time, but that's generally when we do it.
Yeah, nope, that's fine with me. Either date.
Does something better, work better for y'all?
Either day's fine with me.
Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
Anybody care?
Doesn't matter to
I
me.
don't have a preference.
I'd rather do it Tuesday, but I can work Monday if I have to.
Want to do it Tuesday?
That's fine.
Tuesday,
Do it
29th.
29th?
Tuesday the 29th? Okay.
Okay.
So just a motion then to reschedule our original regular work session and our 2021 organizational meeting from December 22nd to December 29th at 8 a.m.
So moved.
Seconded?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Looking at the personnel update, we had the resignation in the fire department of Daniel Goforth, part-time medic firefighter, on November 10th, 2020, and the resignation of Derek Greenlee, part-time medic firefighter, November 18th, 2020, and my understanding is they both got full-time jobs elsewhere. So we hate to lose them, good employees, but sign of the times, they're a commodity that's in demand right now. We also have the resignation of Jeremy Trentman, the police officer, and he's went on to do something in the private sector. We wish him a lot of luck, but he gave us how many years?
13.
13 years. So we wish him the best. His date of resignation from the police department was November 13th, 2020. We had the promotion in the Public Works Department of Andy Sider to supervisor, and that date of promotion was November 14th, 2020. Well earned and deserved. And then we had the resignation in the Public Works Department of Rick Riggs from the laborer position, and that date was December 3rd, 2020. No other activity in the personnel update. And the board has copies of the departmental activity reports, and unless there are any questions of those, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. Next then, moving on to our resolutions. Our first resolution is resolution number 114-2020, which is a supplemental appropriation within the Coronavirus Relief Fund. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolaw.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Next, we have resolution number 115-2020, declaring nuisances pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 505.87 at various listed properties within Springfield Township and authorizing statutory actions to abate the nuisances. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolo.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Next, we have Resolution Number 116, 2020, declaring motor vehicles located on public or private property in Springfield Township, Hamilton County, Ohio, to be junk motor vehicles pursuant to Revised Code Section 505.173, and ordering the removal of such vehicles pursuant to Resolution 80, 2012, and Revised Code Section 505.871. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolo.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Next, do we have any old business before the board?
I do not.
I do not.
Any new business this evening?
I do not.
Well, and with that, we are now to the citizens' participation portion of the meeting. If anyone here would like to come up and address the board, we'd ask that you come up to the microphone, state your name and address. Is there anyone that would like to speak? We got the issue taken care of? All right, perfect.
We just wanted to listen.
Well, no,
You're always welcome to listen.
yes, we're always welcome to listen, and thank you for coming. We appreciate that. With that, it appears that there is no one else that wants to participate in citizens' participation. I would just say this has been a tough year for all of us, but it's been tough for local governments. It's been a challenge for our fire department, our police department, public works, administration, everybody. We appreciate the job that everyone's done throughout the year. We have a lot of accomplishments this year in spite of all the crises that we've gone through. And we've shown that we can adapt and kind of, change the play while we're in the middle of it. So thank you to everybody for everything that we've done. I think we're going to be approaching the new year. I think we'll all be glad to see a new year and maybe some vaccines and relief from what's been going on. But we have that to look forward. And with that, unless anyone else has anything to say, I'd just like to entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you all for coming.